Hello and welcome to another video building houses using Revit and Twinmotion. Today we're going to be building this 2-story 7,000 square feet home that's going to be accommodating 6 bedrooms, 2 on the first floor and 4 on the second floor. We're going to have the master bedroom and the guest suite on the first floor. Each bedroom is going to have their own washroom and a walk-in closet except for the Jack and Jill on the second floor. The Jack and Jill concept is actually used when you have 2 bedrooms sharing one washroom in the middle, and you cannot access this washroom unless you enter one of these bathrooms or through the other bedrooms. So it's called Jack and Jill. Usually if you have 2 kids and you want to have you don't want to give each bedroom their own washroom, so you put it in the middle, and both of these bedrooms, they can use the same washroom. Outside we're gonna have a few areas, seating areas outdoor. It's gonna look beautiful with the pool in front of you, and the pool is gonna actually have a bar inside that pool, so the people in the pool can be served by the bar while you are swimming in the pool. And the pool is going to have a multi-level elevations, so you can experience different levels while you are in the pool. It's gonna have 2 garages, and the ceiling from the inside is gonna be exposed, so you can see the structures of the timber inside the house. So when you're sitting down, especially in the living room is gonna have a 2-story, a double ceiling height, ceiling height. So people in the living room are gonna have this huge ceiling on top of you, and they're gonna have there's gonna be a huge glazed panel wall in front of them, looking at the backyard and seeing this nice view. The house is on a hill, so there's a steep slope that will actually benefit the view tremendously. Here we're modeling the stairs. The stairs, I think it will turn out to be an straight L shape. I don't think this is the final stairs. That, if I remember correctly, I modeled this a while ago, and until I got busy and caught up with other real projects, until I had the time to sit down and actually do this recording. And hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you guys think about this house and what other things that you think you can add. For the people who are using Revit or would like to use Revit, one of the things that actually I love this feature, and saves a lot of time, especially if your background is 3ds Max or traditional 3D model, is the base sweeps, the baseboards, and the crown around the walls. So instead of going and trying to model every single baseboard and crown in every single wall in the model, you can actually, there's a feature in that wall. You can check it out on YouTube to watch a tutorial that will teach you how to do it automatically. You just only have to set it up once, and that's it. So unless you have different elevations in the house, just like this one actually was a little bit challenging, because if you wanted to edit the type of that wall and have the baseboard on every single wall, then if you have a double ceiling story, then you need to have 2 baseboards for each floor, and then you have this dilemma where do you do 2 different walls on it for each floor, or you do 1 wall for the 2 stories. And in the beginning I used to do two different walls, one for the first floor, one for the second floor, just copy and paste the same exact location on different view. However, the problem will really lie when you export this model into Twinmotion and try to add materials. The materials will be a little bit inconsistent with, and they won't be aligned perfectly, because they are 2 different surfaces, and especially if it was wood or vinyl exterior materials that they have a pattern, then it becomes it gets a little bit weird and it looks fake. And so I try to, especially for the exterior walls, that I always like to use 1 wall for the whole thing from bottom to top. Here we're modeling the exterior side of the home, and the back in the rear, in the rear yard I was talking about earlier. This is one of the seatings. Actually, it turned out to be really nice, where you just stand over there. You can have parties, you can invite your friends over, and when you're standing over there, you can just take a look at the amazing view with a nice steep slope. So in real life, then you can see these huge mountains or a lake or a city in front of you if you were like in LA or somewhere. So it could be, the possibilities are endless. Again, this is a kind of conceptual model just to show you guys and entertain you and show you what is the process looks like. Now this isn't the same process that architects usually use, because this is meant for rendering, so you don't really care about other things. And usually when you're exporting and working on a real project, you don't really model every single thing like I'm doing here. So it depends on what your goals are. You need to focus and try to allocate your energy and resources and time where it benefits you the most. So for example, over here I would model the mullions, I would model the baseboards, the crowns, I would make sure the doors, the floors are precise, the details and things like that. You know, the timber structure for the roof, I would, if it's exposed and you're gonna see it when it's rendered, then I would really need to model that. But if it was a real house, then you don't really need to model any of the things that I just mentioned. You just need to have a typical detail. You have a typical detail at the end of the construction drawings, and the contractor or whoever is going to be taking the job, they will know this is how things are going to be built. And then if it's structural stuff like the roof temper stuff, either the structural engineer will design that, or a structure or the truss manufacturer will do their own. They have their own software. It's very accurate because they're going to be cutting the wood. They will take responsibility for all that. They will ship it to your site. They will assemble it. They will do everything for you. But if it was a small roof, you know, like the bar in the pool, that roof can be designed by an engineer. It's simple. It's not really complicated, unlike this main house's roof. And here we're modeling the mullions and the front glazed panel for the front of the house. I thought this feature was a little bit cool, where you have the plants around the pushed concept of the glazed panels, where it will give you the impression of having two entrances but you only have one. It will give this importance and will balance your design from the front, so you don't have this huge house entrance that's pulled from one side and then on the other side it's just straight. So just a small architectural design over there. And here again we're back in the backyard modeling the railings, and the railings here I actually was facing with the railings, because I tried to do it at once. You know, the Mashupias, these were, if you do it at once, then some of those columns, they will be in the middle of the other bigger columns, separating each section with each other. So I had to separate them. I think I will do them in a moment, where each area has their own railing on a different system, just to have these gaps and it doesn't look too fake. And another tip, if you are working with 3D renderings and 3D models like this one, for example, in Revit, you need to add a lot more details than you think. Like, for example, the roof, the roof soffits, or the gutter, or the corniche around the home, where that's actually a design I like, where you have the corniche to separate the materials from each other. If you have different materials, like here we're using a mix of wood, stucco, stone, and wood. Obviously the wood are concentrated mainly in the structure, just to show and expose some of the tradition of classic, to give you this classic cozy feeling when you're walking in your home, and even from the outside, to give you this mix of both modern and classic at the same time. I didn't want to focus on one thing. I know it's called modern box designs, but I would love to design all kind of houses, you know, classic, modern, open concept, conceptual, real homes. And let me know, you guys, if you'd like to see a real life homes, or would you like to see something imaginary that's impossible to be built but it's nice to look at, or would you like to see a house that is super realistic, but there's nothing special in it to see the process or how things are being built. So I'm actually interested in seeing what you guys are interested in. Again, here we're back in the stairs. As I mentioned earlier, I changed my mind here. I wanted to have an L shape because corners and arcs are usually hard to design, and especially when it comes to furniture, it's very hard to allocate your furniture properly. Because if you take a look at, so for example, actually let me give you this good example. Here in Mississauga, there are two twin towers where the shape of them, they're, I think it's oval or ellipse with, or circular ish. It's not straight, it's not box or rectangular like normal buildings. And the people, if you sit down with people from the outside, it looks beautiful. But if you meet any of the people of the residents living in the condo, they will tell you one of their biggest problems is the furniture. When they want to put the bed, do they put the bed on this side or that side? And then you have a huge circular column beside the exterior wall, just close to the exterior wall, just like a community center or an hospital, right? So it looks so weird in terms of livable space. So it looks nice, but it's not functional. And this is a problem that designers have been facing for many years. And that's one of the reasons why architecture is important and people love architecture. It's not just because to design nice buildings. Architect or any designer can design any house and make it look so beautiful, so nice, and everybody will be impressed. But when you come and live in it, it's the door is hitting the desk, because the desk is so small, or the area is so small, or the wall was at an angle in a way where it makes it hard to put furniture in. So a good architect will have a balance of both, the design and functionality. And it's huge in architecture. In case you're not an architect or not in the field of architecture or getting yourself into architecture, then it's very important to keep those in mind. And if you are getting yourself into architecture, you're a student or whatnot, we'll try to work on your portfolio by having not the quantity of projects, but the quality of the projects. And to do that is actually not hard. It's not hard at all to create a conceptual model like this one and to put it in your portfolio. All you have to do is just spend a day or two on creating your template. That's basically what you want to do. You want to create your template, you want to set up your walls, you want to set up your sheets, you want to set up your viewports and the visibility graphics, and to make sure the line weights are set up properly, the furniture are using the right weight, line weights. I like to use the furniture with gray tone, halftone-ish, where it's not really announced, but it will give you the idea of if you had a bed here, how would it look like. And actually I'm working on uploading some of these plans so you guys can take a look if you ever wanted to. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be sharing the Revit files, because I did spend so much time on developing the template. There's nothing really special about it, but you know, sometimes you spend so much time on something. If you guys are interested, I'm not sure if you guys are interested, I wouldn't mind, to be honest with you. I would share it. I don't care. I like to actually help people if you think it's worth helping. But actually, and if I would want to give an advice for someone, I wouldn't tell anybody to buy or hire someone to do a template for them. I would do it myself. If I were you, I would definitely do it myself. You would learn tremendously. You would learn a lot of things. And here the house started to come to shape. Once you have the exterior set up, you have the windows in place, then the house will start to take in shape. You'll start to see some of the main features, how the house is going to look like. Although it's not in the rendering process yet, but you will have a very solid idea what this house will look like. Now in this video, we're just going to be covering the exterior modeling aspect of it, and as for the interior, I thought I will make another video. If you guys are interested in this house or other houses, like for example the office, I can sit down and imagine an office can turn out to be in a million ways. You can have a million other designs. So it's just a matter of what type of design you want to have in a house like this, right? So maybe I will do a few videos on the office, the living room, the dining area, the kitchen, probably, and probably, or maybe I can just do one video for all these areas, and just, you know, an exterior video and interior and exterior videos. And the reason for that is I don't want these videos to be so long and so boring for you not to watch, or to discourage people to continue to the end. Because these are basically, yeah, sure, you will learn a few things, but they are an entertainment videos. You know, maybe you would learn one or two things, but they are not tutorial videos. If you want tutorial videos, I can definitely do that, but I see a bunch of YouTube videos on tutorials on Revit, plenty on the internet. I don't think there's a lack of YouTube videos on tutorials, but I do think there's lack of videos like this one. And I know some other programs, they do have videos on showing the process of building and modeling a house, like SketchUp or yeah, I think it's been a while since I was looking for things like this, but I think the main thing that it pops into my mind was SketchUp. I did see few Revit, but not a lot, not with a voiceover. And I like the voiceover concept when you do a speed build like this one, because you get to connect with the designer or the artist. Then you can see how they think. You can have kind of a relationship of where are they going, what's in their head, what were they thinking when they were doing this. For example, here I'm doing the ceiling. Yes, I should have a separate, I should have divided this into half. Yeah, like this one, show you from the inside how that would look like. And it turns out to be good. I didn't really finish the interior yet. As I said, I got busy with other things, but I would definitely be interested in modeling the interior to show you how it would turn out. I did download some furniture, very nice furniture done by good architects. They have it on their website. It's free to download. I will be adding those into I would be adding those into this model probably, or and the next future models as well. Here we're adding the pot lights. The pot lights isn't really a big deal, but that's again another touch that you can add. It will have this one more step towards reality and realistic visualization in 3D models. Here I'm just doing the frame around the window. Again, that's another cool effect that you can add easily on your model, and it will just turn 10 times better, and it will look way more realistic, which is awesome. And yeah, here I'm just adding the details on the exterior elevations. And the elevations, I love to work sometimes with elevations just to give you the precise measurements. It will show you sometimes how the house will look like in a certain angle. It will expose some certain areas that you need to work with. At the same time, I love to look at the 3D as well, but things like this I wouldn't add in the 3D view, just because it's very hard to align things together. You're not sure this line is here or there, so elevation is the way to go. And here adding some lights on the exterior, which did turn out really well in the final renderings. The renderings, actually, let me give you a small surprise. So my computer is at 4070 Ti. I just got a new graphic card with I think I had 80 or 90 gigabytes of RAM. I do have a very strong CPU, and when I wanted to export a path tracing videos from Twinmotion, there were about 14 videos. It took me 164 hours estimated that they will be done. And honestly, I did wait. I'm still waiting. I was like, I'm just gonna record this voiceover, and whenever the renderings are done, I'm just gonna put them here, which is ridiculous, honestly. You know, that it will take that long. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue with the path tracing. It's taking forever, honestly, and I don't think the problem is with the computer as much as the model and so many details. So I'm thinking actually to scale the models a little bit down to make it a little bit more realistic, so we can cover exterior and interior in one video. The model will, the renderings will, hopefully they will finish way faster than this. And yeah, I'm just I'm just experimenting with all this. I'm not sure what is gonna work. What do you guys like? What do you guys don't like? I still don't have any comments or followers that many to tell me what you guys are thinking, but hopefully in the future you guys will tell me and give me some feedback, because that's it. That's the reason why I'm doing these videos, because of you, not because of me. And yeah, I would love to show you more stuff. Just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll definitely try to make it happen. So I did experiment with so many materials, but I just liked this black stone at the exterior, which looked fantastic. Honestly, I didn't expect to turn that way or this way, which honestly I'm kind of impressed. I like this one more than the previous one, the modern boxed house. The other one looked nice, but I didn't really like the rendering though, because I think that I didn't use the path tracing. Here I'm just experimenting with few things, and I think I did model few things inside. Yes, I did do the living room, but I didn't complete it till the end, because I was like, you know what, this is taking too long, and I don't want to do half of the project, half of not, or some areas and some not. So I was like, you know what, let's leave this for, yeah, these are the furniture I told you about. It was designed by an architect. I totally forgot I forgot their name, but I would see if I can find the link, and I will put it in the description below for you guys to check it out, to check their product. They design these furniture, and they sell the furniture, I think, for you guys. There's a catalog, you can take a look, which was awesome. And the cool thing about this is you can actually use real life example model and put it in your model, and if your client will ever ask you to, they want this couch, you can actually point them in the right direction to tell them, okay, you can go ahead and order from this website. I totally yeah, and they're very nice, good, well-known architects. And here we're just doing the front exterior, putting some vegetation and some rocks to bring it a little bit more back to reality. This is another trick I used. So I saw a YouTube video do that actually. So they brought some rocks from the Megascan library, and just the surface, and then you will have the grass is scattered on that rock, just that surface. So you don't have to scatter across the entire lot or the entire topography in the site that you do in Revit, because this is a huge area in terms of area wise, and is gonna take so much computing power to the level probably you'll never ever model render any even simple images. Actually, I remember the first time I ever used a 3D model like this one and tried to render. I tried to add trees on an entire mountain for multiple mountains in the back, and just to give you this background. And then I was like, you know what, the amount of work that's gonna take, it's not even worth it. It's gonna be so much. But anyways, this is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you want to see or you want me to cover anything else or design a certain feature, let me know in the comments. But other than that, you know, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.